and I am DBoss, and today I'm so glad to have, he's been on my show several times, but now he's at a different level. This is millionaire investor Daniel Chin. Welcome to the show.
It's great to be here, Dee. It's great to be here.
So last time you were talking about the mortgage fluctuations and stuff like that, and
Yes.
how was that?
Yes, it was the new mortgage rules. There was 4 of them, to be precise. October 17, 2016. That's when we had the stress test, which pretty much says for first-time home buyers, they have to qualify not just for the rate that they get, but also for a posted rate of 4.64%. So that means it's more difficult for the first-time home buyers. And if you buy a property or sell a property, you have to report it to CRA. Right. So in addition, to those rules, we had some new announcements on April 20th as well this year. Right?
Some new announcements?
Announcements, yeah, to cool the market, right? What the government announced for one of them, the big one, apartment buildings built after 1991, they don't have that exemption anymore for unlimited increase in rents, right? So that's a big changer for developers who are building apartment buildings today, right? Rental apartment buildings. So that's one of the big
So
changes.
now you were in Hamilton. He focuses on Hamilton. He was focusing before on Hamilton and the lakefront and stuff. But now you're going into apartments, correct?
In apartment buildings, so when I started off, for the past 5 years, I've accumulated a portfolio of 5 duplexes. And today, I'm looking to acquire my first apartment building, more than 5 units, by the end of this year. And that was after accumulating, a lot more capital, knowledge, resources, relationship, and network, right, today, right?
So this is what you're doing now. So, Millionaire Chin, so what is your net worth? I want to know your net worth. I want to know it.
I can't tell you.
He's not going to tell us. That's the thing. He's not going to tell us his net worth. But but he eats, breathes. This is what Daniel Chin does. And and people who saw my show before, he is from Trinidad. So, and he has that flavor. So.
No, like I said before in the previous interview, right? The mind has to be thinking like a very wealthy person, right? If you have the knowledge and you know how to make $1 million, you can make another million, right? It's the knowledge. That's what's very key to being very successful.
So how many millions you have?
How many millions?
That's what we want to know. He takes care of his parents. He takes care of his parents. His parents don't pay for nothing. You hear? So we're trying to find out, but guess we'll find out over the time. This is going to be the thing, so everybody could try to guess what his net worth is.
I have more than enough, Dee. I have more than enough, right?
So we could share out some.
For me, I really enjoy playing the game, right? Investing in real estate, and the first thing what Dee mentioned is about the new changes and these new rules. Because in order to play the game very well, and the game is investing in real estate and you're making money, in order to play the game very well, you have to understand the rules of the game very well. So when the government implements these new changes, right, it affects how first-time home buyers, right, when they're buying properties, it affects renters, it affects landlords, right, it affects businesses as well. So it's extremely important to understand the changes and the new rules of the game in order to play it very well.
Yeah, we know. And he's single too. So, but he's looking for a specific type. So you can go watch the previous episodes that we had at it, and he's very knowledgeable with his money. So he knows what to do and what not to do and what to invest in. Correct?
Well, you have to be very smart with your money, because I tell you, 2 weeks ago, what I learned when I got a call from my accountant, she called me and she told me, Daniel, I have good news and bad news for you, right? The good news is we filed your personal taxes for last year, but the bad news is you owe a lot of money to the government. So two things, what I really learned from that experience is it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. And then the second thing is I was thinking to myself, my gosh, right? Who worked for the money, me or the government? I worked for the money and the government takes it.
The government took it all, right?
So you have to plan and do very smart accounting, right? For those of you out there, make sure you have a really good accountant, okay?
And Daniel, he went against the grain. All your brothers, everybody is accountants.
They are accountants, yes, they are. Yes.
And he went against the grain to do. Tell him.
No, I still talk to my brothers.
You talk to your brothers. He talked to his
really-
brothers and stuff, but he went to do investments. That's when you were doing your investments, your properties, right? And they were telling you before that maybe you shouldn't have did that, right?
Yes, for those of you who do not know, when I started off, I did not have any real estate background in my family. No one has ever done it in my family history. It was something totally new, right? So starting off, it never in their lives they can believe they can own more than one properties in their lifetime. So it was totally something new, and creating that new path, right? It was like an uphill battle. When a lot of people are very skeptical and saying, no, Daniel, if it's so easy, then everyone become rich. I never said it was easy. It was very tough, but it was persistence and it was perseverance, right? That helped me to really, to really push through. You have to really 100% believe in what it is you're doing and stick to it, right? Regardless of anything that is going to stop you from doing it.
Nice. So what do you want to tell everybody today that you came here to talk about today, to tell people? I know you talk about the apartments and stuff, so what do you want to tell people that you're going into more so? And it's not just sticking now to Hamilton, you're going to other areas too now, right?
Over the next 5 to 10 years, it will be across different markets,
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, over the Christmas holidays.
This Christmas? Or
This past Christmas
Oh, the past
holidays,
one, okay.
I helped a client, got a beautiful duplex property for $300,000. Spent $50,000 to renovate. I, designed and created a lot of value, right? 2 beautiful apartments, right? It was a total of $50,000 in renovation. And after renovation, the property refinanced at $385,000. This client, good friend of mine, right? We went to school together. Probably the only person I talked to from school. I don't got too many friends. But the person does not live in downtown Hamilton, right? And afterwards, the property was renovated. I got it rented, and the property is making positive cash flow every month. So I'm thinking to myself, the client does not live in downtown Hamilton. I do everything, and the client does nothing but makes a lot of money. So that, to me, that's a wonderful way of investing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I thought to myself, getting into apartment buildings, because I think 10 years out into the future, right, more people would be living in apartments, right? More people would be renting versus home ownership over the next 10 years. That's the trend, what you will be seeing. Everything will be right in the downtown core, right, of the cities, right, where people will be living, they will be working, playing, you have all of the amenities.
Well, that's how it was back in the
etc.
day, that everybody was renting.
Yeah.
Everybody was renting. A lot of people was owning a home. It was a good thing to get an apartment. Everybody used to be fighting, because when we were in Montreal, my mother and everybody would be fighting for, oh geez, we got this apartment. Everybody would be trying to swooze over the landlord to see if they can get in,
So after that experience, what I was thinking to myself is, wouldn't it be wonderful to do it on a much larger scale?
Right.
Right? How can I achieve a vision of owning hundreds and thousands of apartments?
Okay.
And the answer came to me, it was private equity funds. So this year, what I did, I started a real estate fund of $5 million. Right?
Okay.
And the goal by 2020, right, the vision is to own 3 apartment buildings, more than 5 units in size, and less than 20. In the downtown core, right? Primarily focused in Hamilton and very near to the GO transit lines. That was the whole vision that I have by 2020.
Okay, so we were starting to calculate. We're starting to calculate his millions, right? So he said by 2020. But anyways, Daniel Millionaire Chin, he is going to be coming back and talking about a couple topics that he's going to be doing some segments on Real Life Network, correct?
Absolutely.
So segments, and he's going to give you some updates, some good tips, what you need to do, because you don't really believe in staging the property.
Well, yes, it was mentioned before. Now staging, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Right. The product, if it's very beautifully designed, and you create that value, that added value into the property, the product sells itself.
That's
But if it's a home where a buyer, a first-time home buyer or any buyer is going to buy the property, right, it's okay to stage the property. With
So do you stage some, or?
in rental apartments, not really, because
I know you don't stage it.
in less than a month it's gone, or sometimes in a
Yeah,
few
well,
days.
he already knows who buys his property. He's
Yeah.
he does things very systematic. So it's not like he doesn't know. Daniel Millionaire Chin is very, very systematic on how he does this. He thinks about it and processes it until it makes sense. You may be at home sleeping. This one's up. He's laughing because he knows I'm telling the truth.
No, I really love what I do.
He loves what he does.
You know, sometimes it's very long hours. You're working very long hours, but I think
And he's got a big truck.
You know, I had a meeting with someone last night in Tim Hortons near Square One in Mississauga, and he asked me, he said, you know, Chen, what really drives you, right, to do what it is you do? So I told him very simple. I said, his name was Patrick. I said, Patrick, right, sometimes I wonder, right, if I really didn't love what it is I was doing, I wouldn't be doing this anymore. I wouldn't still be doing this.
You wouldn't be going to no Tim Hortons and meet nobody at that time.
Because you
And
have
he's got a
to be
meeting
crazy
after
to
this.
be doing something that you hate doing every single day. Does that make sense to you?
No, not at all.
I can tell you love doing the shows. You know, you have lots of people that come to your show.
This is what I do. I like it. It doesn't matter if I have to
Absolutely.
interview 50 people to 100, I'll do it. You know.
You have to love what it is you do. That's the
And
bottom
all
line.
your information will be with his new branded name now. It will be on the website.
I think you put that brand on me, D.
Look, listen.
Because for the longest time, he wants to know what's my net worth.
What is your net?
What's
He
my
won't
net
tell me.
worth, right?
As if he has to tell me his money, right? I think I got to go down to his bank. I think I'll make a visit down to Hamilton.
Well, I think, you know, I think you probably have a good eye there. You know, when I picked you up with my pickup truck.
With this pickup, you should see that this
And
truck
I
almost took over the
took you
whole
out to a very
place.
fine restaurant.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Yeah,
Because I said that's what I was going to do, so I did that.
and I enjoyed
You know.
myself to the fullest.
I always do what I say I will do, right?
Okay, right, that's right. So we're gonna get some more segments, and he's gonna be doing some more stuff. So we don't give out all the secrets. So thank you, Daniel
Oh, thanks
Millionaire
for
Chin,
having me.
for coming on here
Thanks for having me,
today.
T.
And he has a meeting after here, so you know this is why I'm kind of rushing him off. But it's okay.
It's
But
a
anyway,
pleasure.
okay. Well, thank you, and that's all for now for Real Life Matters. Thank you for tuning in.